Welcome back! Today on Dialed In DIY, we're rekeying the locks on a house just like a pro, but saving lots of cash in the process. Whether you're the new renter or the new owner, there's a good chance that the people that came before you still have a key to the house and a way to the inside and to your stuff. Later in this video, I'll explain a little bit more about the money that you save, but let's start with what you're going to need to do. You're going to want to pick up one of these rekey sets, and it comes with the tools, the keys, and the pins that we're about to use to change out the key that will be used on every lock in your house. I simply checked out the brand and model of the lock on my house, entered it into a browser, and found a lot of different options for getting the rekey set that I wanted to use. Another bonus was a quick check of the manufacturer's website for the lock. Helped me to find a great manual that explained everything about each of their different types of locks and how you can go about rekeying them, plus instructions on what to do in case you make a mistake. On this lock, when I was using the cylinder removing tool to get the cylinder out, I accidentally let it twist a little bit in there, so I just needed to put the key back in, turn it a bit, and it allowed me to get the cylinder the rest of the way out of the body of the lock. There's a little clip on the end that we're removing right now that's called the plug retainer. It looks an awful lot like a push bar pin, retaining clip, or retaining ring. They come in a lot of different names, but either way, take care at getting it off so that you don't bend it. This next part is what I would probably consider to be the most critical step because it's the one part where you can actually make a mistake. There is a little plug follower that you're going to push in here to push the plug out of the cylinder, and you want to make sure that it stays in contact at all times so that it perfectly fills the space of the plug as it is pushing it out of the cylinder. You want to do this because there are actually two sets of pins in a lock. The top set of pins will be staying inside and held in place by the plug follower. The actual plug that has the key in it still has the pins that we're about to change, so I'm just now dumping those out, and you'll see that in the top there are these little holes. We're going to be replacing the pins into those holes. The picture in the top left shows a plug that has 5 pinholes in it, but you'll notice that the one that I'm replacing has 6. I was able to figure out that this one is going to have 6 when I looked up the actual model of the lock on the manufacturer's website. The pins that come with the set are of different lengths, and they actually match up to the shape of the key. The information that comes with this key set actually tells you which pin size goes in which hole. You can then verify that you have them in the right spots because with the key in there, all pins will be flush with the top of the plug. The same warning from earlier holds true, but we're doing it in reverse order. This time we're using the plug to push the plug follower back out of the hole so that the top pins stay exactly where they're supposed to be. With the new pins in the plug and the plug back in the cylinder, we're going to reverse the steps from earlier and just put all of the parts of our doorknob back together, starting with the plug retainer. In just a moment, I'm going to talk about how much I spent to get the kit and how much it saved me in not having to hire a locksmith to do this. The other option that could have been considered was I could have just replaced the doorknobs, including the locks, but actually that would have cost me a lot more too. My last step before I put the knob back together on the door is I'm just going to put the key in and make sure the lock turns the way it's supposed to and that nothing sticks or clicks. And now for the moment of truth. Let's throw the key back in the lock and give it a test spin. Literally. Awesome! So how much did I save? Well, I'll start with the fact that I got enough pins to do 8 locks and it only cost me $16. A quick search for estimates shows that I would have spent well over $200 to hire somebody to come and change that many locks instead of doing it myself. So I not only saved a lot of money, but now I made sure that no one else has a key to my house. Thank you so much for locking into Dialed In DIY today to check out my new video on how you can both save some money and add security to your home. If you enjoyed the video, got a little something out of it, or maybe just learned something new, I'd love it if you'd let me know by clicking that thumbs up. Please also subscribe and ring the bell for future notifications, and then make sure to come on back in the future because there will be plenty more Dialed In DIY to come.